Okay then, that was an interesting transition, now wasn't it? Hmm. Guests. Poster.
It's a soccer poster. I don't like soccer. Nico likes it though, because of the players.
Uh-huh.
Lots of things have found their way into my pocket over the last couple of years. This poster definitely won't.
Aw. Pinboard.
There are different sorts of notes on the board. One of them is an article about an organization which inspects pubs for hygiene standards. They obviously haven't been in here.
Heh.
Now that would be great. Strolling out of the pub with the pinboard under my arm. But the whole George, you need this item just because it exists impulse isn't really kicking in at the moment.
Heh. Yeah, well, let's see what's going on over here.
These two guys don't exactly look like they're enjoying themselves.
That's too bad.
It's an ashtray. Looks rather old and used. No thanks. Destroy your lungs drugs don't really do it for me. Never in my life have I seen a bottle of this size before. The dream of every hard-drinking Englishman, embodied in this piece of glass. No thanks. Good afternoon.
Cheers, mate.
My name is George Stobart. I'm on a trip around Britain.
I'm Mike and that's Steve.
Cool.
It's unusual to see a glass of needles on the counter. I just hope that's not the sort of stuff people drink here. A needle won't hurt. Red bar stools. They don't look very comfortable. I don't want to sit down. Up there are a lot of different colored cups. I could have used one of those back then in Lochmarn. They're too high up there. I can't reach them.
Soap.
Soap. Just great. Now what am I supposed to say? No, I'd better ask the bartender first. The bartender is constantly cleaning a glass. Could I have that piece of soap over there?
No, you can't. It's for staff only.
Well, there aren't too many people here.
For that remark, I could kick you out.
Not a bad idea, actually. I could check out Bobby Country then. Of course, that would mean you'd have even fewer customers then. I couldn't ignore the fact that you seem to be a big soccer fan.
Yes, as a matter of fact, my favourite club is York United, like most people from around here. And I like Charlie Chickleston in particular. My son's wanted a Chickleston shirt for years now.
Maybe he'll be lucky someday. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm the Holy St. Peter.
Calm down, I'm only asking.
And I'm only answering.
Okay, so you're the bartender. Aren't you wondering why there are so few people here?
Oh, a new pub opened right across the road. Bobby Country, how noble. Business has been going down here ever since. Apart from Mike and Stephen over there, not many people find their way into this place. Those two are virtually part of this pub.
So, what do you do all day?
Not much. I clean the glasses, read newspapers, and do whatever comes up. Sometimes I'm extremely lucky and the dishwasher packs up. So then, I can repair it.
What kind of newspapers do you read?
I don't care, read whatever. I'd even read a paper that's 5 years old.
Have you seen a dark-haired woman with a Latin-looking guy?
Is she your wife, son?
Well, not yet, but she's my girlfriend.
So, you're a couple.
You could say that.
Then why is she roaming around with that Latin-looking guy, instead of being with you?
That's a long story. Listen, I don't want to bore you with the story of my life, so have you seen them?
No.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
Oh, yes indeed, sir, I do. I read a lot and attend seminars, so I learn quite a few things. And I love the Templars. They're my second hobby, so to speak.
Yeah, mine too, so to speak. Tell me something about them.
A medieval order of knights eradicated by Philip the Fair. In 3 weeks, there's going to be an exhibition about the Templars in Paris. I really must attend, even if my wife will kick up a fuss about it.
I am impressed. Do you know whether the Templars can be linked to the Chinese culture?
Certainly. The Templars had good connections to the Chinese royalty.
Which royalty?
They are said to have connections to Prince Zihang.
Zihang!
Exactly. There's some uncertainty about both parties' intentions, though. After all, the prince wasn't able to support the Templars with soldiers, as his own army was so badly trained. And the Templars were too greedy to support the Chinese court financially. The links are supposed to be intact even today, though.
Are there any further clues?
The exhibition in Paris is expected to be very helpful regarding that matter. It may even provide some new evidence.
Do you know where exactly in Paris it will be held?
I'm afraid not, but I'm going to find out soon. I only know this much. A seal is mentioned in one of the last writings of the Grand Master Jacques de Molay, and he wrote about the return of the Templars, which will be initiated by that very seal.
Dun dun.
Do you think such a seal exists?
Oh yes, I'm quite sure of that.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I doubt that the seal will be of any importance. Jacques de Molay only wanted to frighten his pursuers and enemies shortly before he died. A very unnatural death, I may add. But all he got were taunts and derision.
I need to get to that exhibition in Paris as quickly as possible. Maybe I'll find the seal there. It must be important for the Templars to kill for it. But first, I need a room for the night. There are no flights to Paris today. Could I rent a room?
Shouldn't be a problem. We've got plenty of rooms on the first floor, and they're all free.
Then I'll take one.
There you go. It's the first door on the left-hand side.
Thanks.
Free? Wow. Wet paint. Interesting.
Great, just my luck. Of course they had to be painting here right now. This sign won't be of much use to me.
Bucket.
It's a bucket. It's out of reach. I can't reach that bucket.
That's too bad.
The door is locked.
Well,
I
unlock
pull
it
the
then.
door, but it doesn't open.
Use the key, George. Come on.
I put the key into the lock. There's a creaking noise and the key slips out of the lock again. Either the bartender gave me the wrong key or the lock is broken.
Huh.
I pull at the door, but it doesn't open.
Well, it's no good. How's it going?
Damn it! The bartender has left.
Where the hell did he go? Take the soap, I guess, right?
Soap. Just great. Now,
Mike and Steven. What's up, guys?
do you have any idea where the bartender has gone?
Yeah, he went to get himself something to read. Should be back in an hour.
Well, who looks after the pub in the meantime?
We do?
You?
Yeah, of course, why not? Yeah, we're used to it, mates. It's not the first time Mr. Parler's left his pub.
Do you know how I can get into my room?
Key doesn't work. A problem we know well.
What can I do?
Are you up for a little match?
You won't tell me unless I agree, right?
Right, mates. And you have to win, of course.
No problem.
Do you know Indian wrestling?
Arm wrestling, you mean? That's what you want to do?
Right. Are you ready?
Ready. Here we go.
I win.
I'm no match for you.
Never give up, mates.
Is that water you're drinking?
Yes, it is. I don't drink alcohol anymore. Now you're surprised, aren't you?
A little.
You see, a couple of years ago, I forgot my own children's names. All because of the drinking. Since then, I've been on the water. And besides, my belly has become sort of tender.
Hey Mike, another match?
Of course. I win.
I'm no match for you.
Never give up, mates.
Okay.
Hey Mike.
Of course. I win.
I'm no...
Never.
Huh. It's just a needle.
No.
Anything we can do out here? Go over this way?
There are some health magazines in this rack. Not really interesting. No, I really don't want any.
Aw, come on, George.
There's a variety of small files on the counter. The label reads laxative.
Heh.
I can't walk into a pharmacy and steal drugs.
Why not?
He looks pretty ill-tempered. That's probably a result of having to deal with all those ill people. Breathe germs all over him. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What can I do for you?
How long have you been working here?
Please, sir, if you need my help, just tell me. Otherwise, I'd be grateful if you let me go on with my business. I'm not particularly interested in idle chit-chat.
I just thought that...
I just told you not to bother me unless you need medical treatment.
Understood. I wondered if I could get this file over here.
That's a laxative.
Yes, I know. I've been constipated for days now.
What are the exact symptoms?
Well...
I knew it. Listen, mister. Laxative is free, and you don't even need a prescription for it. Nevertheless, I only hand out laxatives to customers who really need them, and you obviously don't.
That's not a good...
Well,
Soap. That... Oh. I'd rather not. I can't walk into a farm. I scanned this outdated newspaper for something useful, but except a report about a school that was hit by an outbreak of constipation, affecting hundreds of children, there's nothing of interest. Wait a minute. Constipation. Here's something about the symptoms. The children complained about severe pain in the stomach and back. Furthermore, there were complaints about a nasty feeling of nausea.
uh-huh.
Sir, can I please get one of those files?
I've told you repeatedly not to bother me.
Okay, Stobart. Now it's time to show how good you are at acting. But sir, my stomach hurts and my back. The pain is unbearable. It's agony.
You really seem to be ill. Better take one of these, but only one.
He's really gonna buy that? Wow.
The label reads laxative.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What can I do for you?
Let's go. Okay then.
Mike runs to the washroom like a scalded cat. The fact that his belly was a little tender has fueled the effect of the laxative. Stephen has run after him. I shouldn't touch anything. No thanks. No. I don't want to sit down. That's not a good idea. I'd rather...
Well.
Nope.
Is right. I don't know.
That's not gonna work. That's not a good idea. The table is wet now. Now what? The soap makes the surface of the table quite slippery. The soap makes the soap...
There they are, just magically.
Hey Mike, another match?
Of course.
And I'm afraid you lose, Mike.
Looks like it. But I could swear my elbow slipped on the table.
Come on, Mike. Don't be a sore loser.
You're right. I'm probably imagining things. You won fair and square.
So, how can I open the door?
Just give it a decent kick and it will open alright.
That's it?
That's it, mate.
Thank you, Mike.
Wow. That's anticlimactic. Nico's apartment.
The barkeeper was talking about an exhibition in Paris. But where could... Come on, Stobart, use your brain. The only museum that comes to mind is the Muse Crew, but there are two problems. First, it's been a long time, and I don't know if I can find it. Second, Andre. I guess I don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I could... That's Nico's answering machine.
Yeah. That's great.
Great idea. Cuddling into the blanket and pretending...
Okay. Let us go. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Me? Oh, it's you. Didn't I tell you you would come back?
Yes, you sure did. I must be go...
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, well, let's go.
great. I'm lost.
Broken bricks.
Someone must have used it to break out somewhere. It's bent like a lockpick. Or maybe someone just lost it. The same thing happened to me when I was 12. I lost mine betting on my favorite basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, a piece of a broken dental brace. Wow.
Okay, bound man.
He passes time by closely watching the passers-by. Is it just me, or are his hands and feet bound? Hi, could you help me?
That depends on your question. What's your name?
My name is George Stobart. Stobart, 2 B's and 2 T's. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, George. My name is Dr. Blackter. How can I help you?
Okay.
I'm looking for the museum crew. I should know where to find it, but I got lost somehow.
I can't tell you the way, but I'd like to know something from you. Or rather about you in exchange.
Listen, I'm not really feeling like Q&A games right now.
Quid pro quo, George. You tell me something, I tell you something.
If it's absolutely necessary.
Do you have a girlfriend, George?
Hey, that's kind of personal.
Do you want to know the way or not, George? I'm sure that none of the people you'll meet here will be as cooperative as me.
Okay, I have a girlfriend.
Well done. First, walk down this street until you reach a corner shop. What's your girlfriend's name, George?
Why should I tell you that?
Quid pro quo, George.
You've got some nerve. Her name is... Natalie.
You're lying, George. I can see that. I used to work with people who were lying to me, remember?
I don't mean to be rude, but why are you bound hand and foot?
I can hardly answer that question, George.
Why is that? You must have done something, or you wouldn't be in chains, would you?
Well, in my eyes, what I did wasn't wrong at all, George. Only in the eyes of the people that saw me do it. To me, what's important is not what I've done or not done, but why you're asking me about it. In today's society, it seems almost commonplace to put people in chains who haven't done anything wrong. Consequently, I assume it's nothing unusual to be in chains anymore. Which leads me to the question, why are you still walking free? Isn't that an irrefutable sign that we're living in an Orwellian society, George?
Wow, you know, I've never seen it from that perspective. Putting that guy in chains makes sense to me now. Well, would you tell me what entirely innocent and legal act you committed before this degraded society? felt the need to take you into custody?
I had dinner with a patient.
Wow, that does seem a bit of a harsh sentence. Maybe I had the wrong impression of you. Is that really all there is to it?
Well, he was the main course.
Mother of God. Now that is illegal, Doctor. And not exactly great medical ethics.
You didn't know him, George? So you can't judge, can you? He was a very unpleasant human being whose way of treating others put him totally out of place in this world.
But as a doctor, shouldn't you have been helping to remedy that?
I cure only what I'm able to cure, George. In that case, it wasn't the patient I had to cure, but the world that needed to be cured of him, and he's that bit cleaner as a result.
Well, I definitely wasn't wrong about him. Doctor, I think you have a serious problem.
If you say so, George. You see, I have stopped arguing with people. Nobody ever really listens to my arguments.
I can see why. I guess I've heard enough of that. Let's change the subject.
You don't know what to say, right, George? You know, there are people that want to seriously discuss things, and others only want to do small talk. I'm not one for such primitive conversation. It's beneath me.
Which kind would I be then?
My knowledge of human nature tells me that you wouldn't like my answer. You'd be offended.
All right, I can live with your judgment.
You see, George, even though I haven't told you, you already know the answer. You're offended, and you don't want to discuss it any further. I was right in all respects.
He was right. I think this lunatic is too smart for me.
Wow.
You've got some nerve. Her name is Nico.
Well done, George. Well done. After that corner shop, you turn left to face Notre Dame, then walk straight on. Do you have dreams, George?
But,
Quid pro.
okay. I dream about my girlfriend being abducted and I can't do anything about it. That's terrible sometimes. I can't believe what I've just told this madman.
Take the first turn right and you'll find the museum. Do you hear your girlfriend scream in your dreams, George? Do you hear her scream? Take good care of your girlfriend, George.
Okay then.
That's not gonna work. He passes time by closely watching the passers-by. That's not... Museum Croon, closed for refurbishing. Damn it, wait, maybe there's another museum. Museum, damn it.
Multiple song.
Hey, little man.
Hello.
Good afternoon, monsieur. What can I do for you?
I guess nothing.
I can't remember what the French call a Baphomet idol. Was it Marseille?
I don't think so. I think it was something with an S.
If only someone could help us.
Uh-huh.